Hey, good evening, everybody. Tonight, reassuring news is the president is resting safely and will remain at Walter Reed. He will be there in executive suites that are dedicated specifically for the president, so that he could be monitored for the next couple of days. He will be working there, so a lot of you think that he is just unable to move his fingers and hands. Well, that's just simply not the case. So he'll be probably doing more than Nancy Pelosi does on a regular basis. I don't know if they have $12 ice cream there. I don't know if it has, some of the music from the Calcino. Maybe they break it in on a regular basis. But he's in good wishes. The First Lady's there. She just has a little bit of a headache. That's maybe from listening to Nancy talk about her bill yesterday. Larry Kudlow and Mark Meadows addressed press today about the importance of wearing a mask. And one reporter asked Larry Kudlow, why aren't you wearing a mask? He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. No joke, that's exactly the exchange. The day started with Mark Meadows wearing a purple tie. 2 days ago, Nancy Pelosi was wearing a purple mask. And tonight, Nancy Pelosi says it's important for us to find the middle ground. Who? Her find the middle ground? Who took away Nancy Pelosi, put this person in place? This is Purple Power. Hey, good evening, everybody. This is LALATE, and this is Purple Power on a special edition that means LALATE. Now a 4-hour programming show schedule of shows for you daily. If you did not watch, please join me tomorrow morning on day 2 of our new mini-series called 14. It follows the 14 days of quarantine of the president as he tries to get your second stimulus package and get this economy going. It was well watched this morning, so I really appreciate it. It follows mornings LALATE every morning, in bringing that schedule of the morning show now to a 1-hour programming block, afternoons 2 hours, and evenings, of course, 1. So now we're at 4 hours, and thank you for tuning in. You know, it's a day, as a personal note before I start, it's a day in which there's been a lot of crazy developments on my side with incredibly bad heat here. So if I looked like a hot mess expressed to myself on the video right before, because I saw it, I apologize. Additionally, I want to fully say that the YouTube upload times have been horrible today, and I really do think it's probably because a lot of people are reporting about the president. So if you can watch this video and some other videos and get the traffic up, I really would appreciate it. Also, go to the Phones channel, subscribe. Subscribe because we're trying to get to 280 now. We reached 270 overnight, so let's get to 280. Also, like this video because YouTube is now putting boring news videos in the search results. Like anyone wants to watch news, they don't want to watch news. So we now have more things to compete against. So make sure you like this video. All right, let me get to the incredible details tonight about what's going on with your second stimulus before I get to all the Purple Power pushes of this channel forefront. First, let me go over what's going on with the president, where he is, what his condition is, and what's going on with everyone else. First, he's still in control. He's still our president of the United States. Nancy Pelosi is not president, except, in her own mind when she's in the bathroom looking at the mirror. The president is still the president. Second, there's no change in the election date. That's also still still in place. Third, Vice President Mike Pence tested negative, and he has been kept separate from all these people. Additionally, I want to make very clear, because I don't think anyone said this to you, Mike Pence has not been around the president much in recent days, and they have had a very good protocol of keeping the president and the vice president separate for recent weeks, so that's really good news. Third, a lot of rich people are angry tonight because President Trump was last night at an event with his major donors in New Jersey, and he was positive at that time. So not a bunch of good campers. So if you have your money donated now, Mr. President, this might be the last time to get a big rush of money before the election in person. And actually maybe the last time. Next, all debates with Joe Biden are still on. Nothing has been canceled. Additionally, the debate that I really, really want to see, which is Ms. Harris and Mikey is still scheduled for, I believe, next Wednesday. Let's get to Nancy and Stevie. Let's also indicate that Steve and Nancy are negative. Steve is actually tested every single day, his press secretary said today. And also the remainder of the Trump family is negative. Melania has a headache, and the president has slight fatigue and had some mild symptoms. He had a little of a raspy voice. He's also 75 years old and is obese, sadly. The first lady is 50 and in good health. So I want to personally say that I'm very, very, very proud of this channel, that the comments were civil, respectful, and with dignity all throughout today and yesterday, and also on social media. And I really, really applaud you, because there was a lot of bad stuff elsewhere on Twitter and on Facebook, which was just disgusting. So I really applaud the Purple Power. You don't have to be voting for the man, but you certainly show respect to people in times like this. So I was very, very proud of you. All right, let me get to the issue of Nancy and Steve. Well, Nancy and Steve are moving. And I don't mean moving on up like the Jeffersons. They're moving off of their numbers. And this is incredibly great news because of you. More about why you got it, not COVID, but why you got them to move later in this video. But let me explain to you where they're going and where they're headed. Nancy claims they're going to get a deal done by Sunday, and suddenly the Temple of Doom is the Sun's temple of positivity. Steve has not talked. This is her representation of the situation, and usually Steve is the one that has a lot of rose-colored glasses, says things a little more positive than it really is. Today, Nancy, who's usually more negative, is more positive. 24 hours ago, she was more negative. The deal terms are the following. Let me go over the deal terms, then the money routing times, and then I'll go over what's holding this up and what could be the deal breakers. All right, the deal mounts. Stimulus checks, $1,200. Individuals, $2,400. Married couples. The thresholds are a little bit lower than last time. I think it's about $77,000 2019 earnings or less. You would get a stimulus check. If you if you made, let's say, $100,000 last year, you would not get a stimulus. But it does have a step up. I'm not going to go over it. It's too complicated for this video. Dependents, $500 check. Adult dependents, $500 check. There's incredible great news because under the first stimulus package, adult dependents didn't get a check. All my wonderful SSDI, SSI, and Social Security and Railroad Benefit viewers who made this channel really sort of take off after EIDL. I had told you we're going to get a check. No one else was telling you we're going to get a check. No one was looking out for you. You're getting a check under this bill and everything that Steve has offered. Additionally, family of 5, it looks like it's going to be not taken out for child support, not taken out for deductions, I would say deductions, for tax liabilities, and not taken out for collections. Appears to be where it's going to land. All great news. Money for rent aid. Eviction moratorium, better done. Mortgage forbearance, better done. Student loan debt moratorium, so you won't have to pay principal and interest for a while, all done. More money for trace testing and basic testing of COVID. Agreed upon just this evening, late evening, and they confirmed that in a news statement, so that's really great news. A lot of these things are being modified based upon the number and the language. EIDL grant coming back. So all my viewers who applied for EIDL and got the loan but didn't get the grant, or got neither and was told the grant was gone, and those are my July viewers and my June viewers, you will be getting EIDL grants. Congratulations. And then anyone who's newly that needs to get EIDL grants as well. Basically what I'll be advising you is to reapply and let them just say it's duplicative and that they'll do the earlier one and you'll get the grant. EIDL loan is coming back. We don't know the deal terms, unclear. PPP coming back. So I will be doing PPP videos again, and I'll be doing EIDL and EIDL loan videos again. Hazard pay not coming, but another type of grant that is like hazard pay is coming. It is a hazard pay-ish grant that is, I think, done by CDC and has a lot of money. Then there's another grant in there that's also quite interesting, so I'll be covering that for you as well if it gets passed. FPUC, is one of the two issues that Nancy Pelosi confirms that's holding up the deal being formulated, being finalized, which is she's still at the ridiculous $600 a week of FPUC retroactive, and he's still at 400. Actually, he went backwards. Yeah, he was at 450 earlier this week, and now he's at 400. I don't know what's going on. So I don't know why they can't just agree to 500 and call it a day. Go to the casino and just, arm wrestle it over and just get it done. I just don't know what's going on. She really has a thing about the 600. She did make a modification, I presume, because her date of retroactive is later. Yes. There was a misstatement in one video earlier today. I think it was, it was the unemployment video. I explained it in the video before this, but I'll explain again. The date of retroactive is not late July. The date of retroactive is not to the date at which FPUC 1.0 expired. It is September 5th. So you would lose a month of benefits. Yeah, so you'd lose 4 weeks of FPUC under the proposal they're both working on. Finally, the last thing that's holding it up is state and local. They're looking at 400. He's at 200. I don't understand that either because Mark Meadows once offered 300. So just get it done at 300. I just don't. Yeah, why are we just dragging this out? Melania has a headache. I have a headache. Let's just, I'm sure you have a headache. We all have a headache. This is, we're all ready to go to the casino and have a cow shake in the Cowalack. It's like, all right, so then where is Purple Power? Well, let me tell you, Purple Power, you have been powerful, Purple Power. My goodness. When the guy in the purple shirt with the purple with the guy in the purple shirt first said, I think we'll call this Purple Power, and then you're like, what is Purple Power? And even someone last night is like, why does he keep on saying Purple Power? What is this Purple Power? When I first started calling this Purple Power and sort of invented the whole campaign of Purple Power, I didn't think it would become as powerful as Purple Power has now become. And I really do appreciate all of your support of this channel and its Purple Power creation. I've seen people today, at least 2 or 3 Twitter accounts who have now changed their Twitter accounts to purple. Someone tweeted me a picture of herself with purple hair. I don't know if she dyed it because of purple, it just was purple. Or maybe it was supposed to be red and it went purple. Needless to say, it looks really good, and Nancy needs some. Maybe Nancy can get some purple. Your accomplishments this week as we go into the weekend is just insanely crazy. You got Steve Mnuchin to remain on the problem solvers bill. Now, understand the president had said he would support it 2 weeks ago, but I said, come in, Steve, at the problem solvers bill. He came in at the problem solvers bill. That was where you started the week. Then Mnuchin actually said, I support the problem solvers bill. Then he said, I support a bipartisan bill as the problem solvers bill. All incredible great news, because those are the words we were using and you were using as part of the Purple Power. We were saying problem solvers bill, bipartisan. Then he said, I'm not doing 2.2. I reject Nancy Pelosi. So he didn't accept it. That was Tuesday and Wednesday. All great news. Then the biggest moment came last night when the Purple Power got, and combined with Seats for Stimulus, hashtag Seats for Stimulus, got a lot of Democrats to vote against Nancy Pelosi's bill. I mean, this is a big achievement. This is a huge achievement for a channel that's only 5 months old to create a movement called Purple Power. And then suddenly congressional leaders see your tweets, understand the situation, understand the pressure, and understand they can't vote for something that's so partisan that it'll never be approved. And they also have to tell her that we have a spine, that we have a voice, and this is them talking, and that we're not going to go home without a stimulus package. And it worked. The next achievement from Purple Power was that Nancy Pelosi was originally going to call for a vote on Wednesday and leave. She actually said that, and leave and not do anything till January. And we hit it back really hard on social media and said, no, you can't do that. You got to do the stimulus package. But if you go home and don't get anything done, we're going to vote you out. And to keep track of who you are and make sure you get voted out, whether you're a Republican or Democrat. She got the message very loud and clear. So did Steny Hoyer. So did the other people. And they voted against her. But it was not done then. Then after the vote came in, those Democrats had the voice, had the push support behind them, the Purple Power, and said, we're not doing this. We're staying until we get it done. And she stayed until she continued to talk with Steve. And last night she talked. Today she talked, and she says she's going to get it done by Sunday. Now, that's her representation, but ultimately we know the achievements we've reached. And there's always a hater. There's always a hater. Hater. There's always someone say, what did you win? You didn't win anything. She passed a bill. We knew she was going to pass a bill. We didn't think we were going to get the entire Democratic Party against her, folks. This is Mr. Hater. Of course, we knew she was going to pass a bill. We just hoped for at least one Democrat to vote against her. When we had more than one. That was incredible. Another person said, well, you didn't get us a stimulus check. No one was going to get a stimulus check from a vote in the House. If you believe that, then you're certainly not a subscriber to this channel. Because if I've told you is that to get a bill by law is that you have to pass the House, you have to pass the Senate, you have to be voted by the President and approved by the President. If you don't have all three things, you got nada. All you have is a lot of show. People would say, well, it's landed in the Senate. That's really good. No, it's supposed to land in the Senate. Everything goes from the House to the Senate. There's no VIP lounge in the Senate that you sort of got access to because you know the bouncer. No, this is, it goes from the House to the Senate. Suddenly some people were sort of peering out of nowhere, making her bill a much larger achievement than it was last night. But the thing that I do greatly love, and I got to say this in the correct tone because I don't want to come out the wrong tone, is that I am literally getting tweets and messages and DMs and channel comments that said, hey, LA, did you see this news that broke? Hey, LA, did you see that news that broke? And I'm getting the comment like literally 95 times over each time something breaks. And I absolutely adore that. The reason why is because it means that you are now empowered. You now know the information. You now know what the situation is. And so this one occurrence is when someone says, she passed a bill. This is horrible news. No, it's not horrible news. It means nothing, much of nothing. So understand fully, I have to fully disclose, is that morning's LALATE is taped before it's dawn. And then afternoon's LALATE is taped much earlier because it's a 2-hour programming block. So it's taped hours ahead of time. And then this show is taped closer in time frame to when it airs. And so some people sometimes say, did you know this happened? You didn't mention on air. Well, because the show was taped 3 hours ago. But needless to say, other than that, the Purple Power has absolutely been incredible. Last night, I saw your avalanche of comments and tweets and DMs. Did you hear about Trump? Did you hear about Trump? Did you hear about Trump? I heard about Trump. I heard about Trump. Did you hear about Trump? I heard about him. Then this afternoon, did you hear about Walter Reed? Did you hear about Walter Reed? I heard about. Well, did you hear about Walter Reed? Ultimately, I have something important I got to say to you. Really, 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 really important. And I've said this before, but maybe I haven't made it clear. If you are a subscriber to the channel, then every time, and you hit the alert, that little bell, that little alarm bell on the front of the channel, that every time I go to the community page and make a post, you get an alert when a new post goes live. What that means there is that if something happens, you'll get an alert. And I've been sending out alerts about Trump and things like that over the last 24 hours. And then people like 5 hours later say, did you hear? Yeah, I posted on the community page. It was on the community page. Did you not hear it? It was announced the Calcina as well. Did you not hear it? Did you not hear it? So some people, you need to really make sure you hit the alert button and with the alarm and the subscribe, and then you understand that I already know the news because I've already told you the news 3 hours earlier. It's an incredible progress we've reached that people now are so empowered and so informed. So we have a lot of developments. Oh, I just messed that word. A lot of developments coming up tomorrow. So join me at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time with Mornings LA. Don't miss it. And then hours later at 11 is 14, day 2. Which is hence number 13. The 13th day, 13 days to go until the end of quarantine. Go to the front of the channel, subscribe because it's the best damn community online. Also like this video. Incredible night, incredible week of accomplishments for Purple Power as the sun drops, and I'm certainly probably glowing in the dark. Coming up tomorrow morning is Mornings, LA, and then 14. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and stay with LA for more.